Morning, all of you. So, as we know that presently we are studying what is dialysis and how this artificial kidneys, which is called as dialysis machines, will filter the impurities from human blood. That is what our today's learning object. So, as we know that in last class we already studied that why it is renal failure or kidney failure, and if the kidney will fails, then how we need to survival, means what kind of technology we are using for survival of kidney failure. So as we know, we are almost like a long-term solution for kidney failure. What is that? What is the long-term solution?
Transplant of kidney.
Transplant of kidney, sir.
Kidney transplant. So kidney transplant is the long-term solution, but due to some reason, maybe not availability, or maybe body or maybe not supporting to transplantation, or some kind of diseases, or maybe the healthy person's kidney is not finding, because of so many reasons, few times the kidney transplant is not possible. So at that situation, we have to go for another technology which is useful for our survival. That is what we should call it as what?
Dialysis.
So as we know that kidney failure is treated usually periodically on a kidney mission. That is what we should call it as dialysis. So that is why you can say this kidney mission is also we can call it as what? Artificial kidney.
Artificial kidney.
Artificial kidney. So here, till here we have discussed in the last class, and what is renal failure or kidney failure. The definition is most important, and why it is causing. That is all will happen. If the kidney fails, then what is happening? If you are not recognizing the problem, and if you are not going with the kidney transplant or dialysis, then it will lead to what? It will lead to the death. Correct or not? So the impurities in the blood will increase, just keep on. So that the dialysis is not done then in the proper time, then the person may even having a chances to die also, because of large amount of urine containing compounds will increase as nitrogenous compounds in our blood. So it may lead to the death. That is why if kidney transplant is not possible, we have to go with another technology which is useful for survival. That is what we should call it as dialysis. So let us start with this dialysis and let us end with this also. Very simple actually. This is the diagram you may observe here. This is the diagram which you can understand the principle of the kidney dialysis mission, how it is working and how it is similar to it. This is the same thing exactly how the kidney is the dialysis mission is going to work. This is only called as artificial kidney. So you may understand here. This is what the setup where they have used to make. Now let us discuss this one in detail so that you can understand more better. So as we know that the blood of a person having any kind of kidney failures, understand, can be cleaned regularly. It is not daily basis, but actually most probably you can see monthly basis it will be there. So regularly by using a kidney mission, so that is only we used to call it as what? This kidney mission also we can call it as what? Dialysis. What we should call dialysis
machine.
So now, what is the dialysis mission or kidney mission means? Remember, the procedure are used for any kind of setup, a mission kind of setup, which is used for what is the why we are using this one? For which purpose?
For cleaning the blood, sir.
Yeah, cleaning the blood of a person. Clean the blood of a person who is having kidney failure. Correct or not? That is. So, if you pass the blood through this mission, then what will happen means the waste substances, particularly like urea, the waste substances, urea from its blood has been separated. That process is only called as what we should call dialysis. What we should call dialysis. And this dialysis mission also we can call as dialyzer. What we should call dialyzer. Please remember that dialysis mission or dialyzer we can call it. Understand all of you? So now here if you'll observe, what is this dialysis? That is what I am saying. So what is the meaning of dialysis? A procedure used for cleaning of blood of a person by separating the waste products like urea from its called is only called as dialysis. Now, how it will be working? What is the principle behind this dialysis mission? Because this diagram represents what? The principle of the kidney dialysis mission. So now let us discuss that. What will happen means, please, this is what the major important thing. So when the blood is entering into the dialysis mission, either it is entering from arteries or entering from veins, that is what the most important thing. So as I know that by this time you may guess, the blood from the body is entering into the dialysis mission from the artery or the vein. You people tell me.
Arteries, sir.
Arteries. Why? That is what my question.
Arteries.
Why?
So because renal artery,
No, not renal artery. Don't discuss about renal artery. Whatever it is. Why it is from the artery? Can you able to say? We are not discussing here renal artery, Padmavarshini. That is related to our kidney. But our blood passes into the dialysis mission or dialyzer from the hand, not from the kidneys. We are not inserting to the renal artery of the kidney. Understand, Padmavarshini?
yes, sir.
Here you can see why the blood. You can observe here pump to push the blood through dialyzer. Actually, this is what some kind of pump setup they will fix to your even hand also. So where it will be creating high pressure so that the blood is pumped from your body to the dialyzer machine. So that blood is only called as what? Dirty blood, which
Dirty
contains what? Which contains
Urea, excess water.
now. I'm saying that it is going from the blood, the dirty blood is brought by arteries to the dialyzer. Why means, as we know that, you know that the arteries means only they will carry which blood? Good blood or bad blood? Basically, arteries.
Deoxygenated bloods. Dirty blood, sir.
What are you talking? Kevin,
The,
arteries will carry deoxygenated blood. What is this one?
sir, I only said, sir. Without analysis.
Kevin also said, is it arteries will carry oxygenated or deoxygenated blood? Basically, I am asking. What is the main function of arteries? They will carry the oxygenated blood only, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you can see, this oxygenated blood contains impurities. Then the question is, why the blood is taken from the arteries to the dialyzer? Why can't from the vein means? Remember all of you, arteries will bring the blood from where? From the heart to the body parts. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Heart to the body part. So, if you are taking the blood from the veins to the dialyzer, then the blood, the filtered blood, the cleaned blood may not passes through the heart and it is not supplied to the other body organs. That is the reason why we are collecting the blood from the arteries and again sending back to the veins. Why? Because veins will carry the blood to water. Veins will carry the blood to the heart. Is it yes or no, all of you? So, heart will pump the blood into different organs. That is the reason why we people are collecting always. Even you can see, if you go to hospital, nurse will give the injection to water, artery or vein. Artery or vein.
Artery.
Always he will give the injection to the vein only, not artery. Please ask your nurse if you will go next time. Because if she will give the injection to the artery, that particular organ only the full injection will go. Do you understand, all of you? The dose of the injection completely will go to that particular organ. But if you give to the vein, what will happen? It will be carried to whom? It will be carried to the
Heart.
So that it has been mixed with the oxygenated blood, so that it has been supplied throughout through the body. Do you understand, Ingra? That is the reason why we are always collecting blood from arteries. From the arteries, blood will flow to the dialyzer, and as well as from the veins, it has been collected back the cleaned blood. Do you understand, all of you, what is the reason? And also you can see where the blood pressure is more, in the arteries or in the veins. Where the blood pressure is more? In the arteries, correct? So the blood is easily pumped into the dialyzer. Basically, you tell me where the blood pressure is more, arteries or veins? Nobody will respond. Arteries only correct because heart is pumping the blood to the arteries, so that arteries are always expansion and coming contraction, and stretching also will be there. That is the reason we are taking always the blood from the arteries and pumping back the clean blood into the body through the veins, because veins will carry the blood to the heart, so that the blood will be supplied throughout to the body. Do you understanding all of you? Please tell me
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
reason. Okay. So now let us discuss here how it will be happen. So the blood from an artery in the patient's arm is made to flow into the dialyzer. You may observe here. This is, let us imagine there is a patient's hand, some of the patient's hand. So what they will do means they will arrange some kind of setup that the blood is start flowing from the artery of that person to the dialyzer. Do you understand all of you? Dialyzing mission. So now here it will you may observe here dialyzing mission contains water inside. You may observe what is this called as, just casually. There looks like some kind of tubes. Is it yes or no? Please tell Ra.
Sir.
So they are the tubes. Looks like a long tubes are present here. So you may observe here. Actually, these long tubes are made up of a membrane called a selectively permeable membrane. Means which is having porous in medium. They have some small holes on its surface. That is what these long thick tubes are present. So you may observe here the tubes which are present. The tubes which are present here. That is what the thing which is happening. Do you able to understand all of you? This is the tubes. Are you able to see Ra? This is the tubes which we used to call. So these tubes are called as selectively permeable membrane. They are made with what? Selectively permeable membrane. You understanding all of you? What is the meaning of permeable? Means they will access some substance through exchange through them. That is what we should call it as. Permeable means which will transfer the substances from one medium to another medium. Do you understanding all of you? So these long tubes which are present inside this dialyzer is made up of selectively permeable membrane. That is only we used to call it as like cellulose substance. Do you understand all of you? Please respond me. Like cellulose.
Yes,
Do you understand? So now, which are coiled inside? You may notice it. Long tubes are coiled inside. Why this many long tubes we are taking, Ra? Because when the blood is passing through these long tubes, at every stage the impurities has been removed from the blood through this selectively permeable membrane. That is the reason why we are coiled long tube. Understanding a tank containing a long tube. You may observe, notice here, very long tube is passing here, and outside these tubes we have some kind of liquid. Have you noticed it? Please tell me. Some kind of liquid. Have you noticed it or not? Please tell me.
yes, sir.
Yes. So that is what we should call as dialyzing solution. What we should call? Fresh dialyzing solution. Understand all of you? So what it contains means the solution. Remember, the solution containing water, glucose, and salts. So dialyzing solution contains what? Very important. Dialyzing solution.
Water, glucose, and salts.
Why it is containing? If you are really having a understanding of this concept, means from the first of this chapter, then you can say that. So I am saying that dialyzing solution is present inside the tubes or outside the tubes, Ra? Inside the tubes or outside the tubes?
Outside, sir.
Outside. Understand? Like this is what the container. This is what the container. So this container filled with what? Fresh dialyzing solution. Always it will come from the bottom and it will leave the dirty blood. The dirty dialyzing solution will leave from there. So here, what will happen middle means we have a long structural tubes which has been coiled. This is called as what? A selectively permeable membranes which is made up of what? Like cellulose. Is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Now, you may observe here, this dialyzing solution is made up of what? It contains the useful, like the blood, whatever the substances which contains in our blood, that is what we can say. What is that called as? It contains
Glucose, salts,
glucose, and what it contains? And some kind of salts. So,
salts.
How is it more concentration or less concentration means they will prepare this dialyzing solution. All of you try to understand very carefully. They will prepare this dialyzing solution in a same concentration like the patient's blood. What kind of amount of water is present, what kind of glucose is present, means what percentage of salt is present. Same concentration they will prepare the dialyzing solution also. So you may understand by this time, I'm not talking about the impurities like urea and all. Only I'm talking again the substances which will be reabsorbed by the body, like useful substances like water, glucose and salt. So this dialyzing solution contains water. Anybody? This dialyzing solution contains what?
Glucose, salts, and water.
Glucose, water and
Sir, glucose, salts, and water, sir.
If our dirty blood will pass us through these tubes, a selectively permeable membrane, as we know that our dirty blood contains water. Our dirty blood contains what?
Urea, excess water.
Water. It is also contains water. It is also contains glucose. It is also contains other salts, and along with that, it is containing one more major substances called as wastage. That is called as nitrogenous.
Nitrogenous waste, sir. Nitrogenous waste.
Example, urea. Yes or no? Now,
Urea.
what will happen means, so as we know that when this dirty blood is passes through this semi-selectively permeable membrane. So as we know that, suppose I have taught you in the physics, no, sorry, not physics, chemistry, you can see. So we have a selectively permeable membrane here. This side, glucose, water, salts, and all the urine is present. Now this side, only one thing is present. What is that? Water, glucose, and water. Next,
Salts.
salts are present. So that is only called as what? This is only called as dialyzing solution. Do you understanding all of you? Understand all of you? This is called as dirty blood. This is called as dirty blood. This is called as dirty blood, and this is called as dialyzing solution. So now you please tell me, if I will pass the blood, then you may understand by this time, here concentration of urea is more, but here nothing, zero concentration is there. So what will happen? The urea will pass us through this, understanding, selectively permeable membrane. It will be coming into the what? Coming into the where? Coming into the dialyzing.
Fresh dialyzing solution.
Dialyzing solution, sir. Fresh dialyzing solution.
Understanding all of you? That is what it will happen. Sir, you may understand that. So you may ask me the question, sir, then urea concentration will become equal, so that again some amount of urea will be still remains in the water, in the blood. That is what your question. Is it correct? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Anybody is having that question? For that, we have an answer. You may observe carefully. Is it the dialyzing liquid is constant, or it is continuously inflow and outflow? Have you noticed it? Continuously inflow is there. Have you noticed it, all of you?
Sir.
And
Yes, sir.
continuously outflow is there. So what will happen? Continuously inflow and outflow. So that every time the urea concentration is zero in the dialyzing solution. Is it yes or no?
Okay.
Nobody is answering. So what will happen? So every time the urea will pass us through this selectively permeable membrane, so that by the time the blood will become cleaned, again it contains the required substances like glucose, water and salt. So that is what it will pass us through the wheel. Any doubt? Anybody ask me, please? It will be like 2 hours, 3 hours, Kevin. Even a half day also will take. Depend upon the amount of urea in our body. Understand, Kevin? Because 5 liters blood it needs to filter, and it is a long time process. That is the reason. Some fellows it will take even half day. Some fellows it will take 2 hours. We cannot say. We cannot predict it. Depend upon the amount of wastage in our blood. So that is why you can see why we are arranging very long tubes means at a short instead of time we cannot remove complete urea or etc. waste products from the blood. That is why slowly when it is passing along this long tube, so that larger surface area, so the blood will get enough time to send the waste substances out from it. That is what you can observe here, arrows here. Waste substances diffuse out of blood. So that process is called as what? How it is transforming from high concentration to low concentration? What we should call? Zero concentration. That process is called as what? Diffusion. Understand all of you?
Diffusion, sir.
Process of diffusion. It will be transforming all the waste substances from high concentration to zero concentration. Like this process only, the blood has been filtered, and the filtered blood, you can see the whatever it is, as a pleasant blood passes through this dialyzing machine, most of the waste like urea present in it pass through the selectively permeable membrane. Sir, where is selectively permeable membrane? This tubes itself, do you notice it? The dialyzing tubes, what we should call them? The dialyzing tubes itself, they are made up of what? A selectively permeable membrane, known as what? Like like cellulose. Do you understand all of you? So when this passes through this selectively permeable membrane called as cellular tubes into the dialyzing solution, then the blood will be filtered. Means all the waste substances diffuses out of blood into dialyzing solution. So they will be coming outside here, and the cleaned blood again will passes to water. They will passes to the veins, and from the veins too it will be connected to the heart. This is what the dialysis process. Is there anybody is having any doubt? Please kindly ask me. Respond me, all of you. No? So now here you have to remember so many, little bit complicated only. So this dialyzing solution, what is the importance of dialyzing solution? They will ask you. What is the importance of dialyzing solution? Anybody? Please let me know. What is the importance of dialyzing solution? Kindly tell me. Because we are dialyzing solution means it is making the equal concentration of our human blood, which contains what? Water, glucose
and salts. Salt.
What is happening? Our blood is also contains water. Our dialysis solution also contains water, like etc. glucose and salt. So their concentration is already equal inside the blood and the dialysis solution. So that substances cannot diffuse outside, because outside and inside both the concentration. But we are not creating any kind of urea in the dialysis solution, so that the blood having more amount of urea percentage. So when you will pass through this, because of this selectively permeable membrane, these tubes, cellulose tubes, the blood will send outside the urea by the process of diffusion, so that the cleaned blood will back to the body again through what? Veins. This is what we should call as dialysis process, dialysis of human blood. Is there any doubt? Please kindly ask me. Only reabsorption is not there in dialysis. Yes, correct, Kevin. That's all. Is there any doubt? Tarani Pushpa, Akshaya, Anusri, please kindly ask me. Still so many absentees, if possible, please kindly call them. Janani, Pranav, this is what the dialysis process. You may understand. So always the blood is entering from where? The blood is entering from where?
Artery.
Entering from artery into the dialyzer, and dialyzer containing dialyzing solution, which is having an equal concentration of like glucose, water and salts, like our human blood. So when the blood is passing through this selectively permeable membranes like cellulose, understanding, like this long tube, so that the outside the dialyzing solution does not contain any kind of urea, so that from the blood, by the process of diffusion, complete urea will be come outside, and this dialysis solution again containing waste from the blood will be go outside. That is what we can say. This is outflow of dialysis solution, and this is called as what? Inflow of dialysis solution. Understand? Continuously the fluid is being passed there, so that the dialysis process will be takes place. So this is what it will be. Again, the cleaned blood will be back into the body by again the back into the body by veins, and these veins will carry the blood, good blood or clean blood to the heart. Heart will pump back into the all the organs. This is what we should say, the dialysis process. Is there any doubt? Anybody, please kindly ask. Are you having doubt? Are you clear, all of you?
Sir.
So if you are clear, please write only
Yes.
definition. Then you can understand. Have you taken the screenshot of the diagram? The diagram is important. Have you taken the screenshot? Write the process. The procedure used for cleaning the blood. The procedure used for cleaning the blood. The procedure used for cleaning the blood. The procedure used for cleaning the blood of a person. The procedure used for cleaning the blood of a person by separating the waste substance, by separating the waste substance, bracket water. What is that waste substance called as? What is the waste substance called as? Is there anyone in meeting? What is the waste substance?
Sir, urea,
Urea.
excess water.
Urea from it is called dialysis. Is called dialysis. Do you understanding, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Dialysis. So now, I hope you may understand. If you learn the diagram, you will be able to understand. Is there anyone who is not understanding anything? Kindly let me know. Have you understand everything in this? This is what the thing.
Yes, sir.
Need doubt? Anybody, please ask me. Clear? All of you? This is what
Yes,
the
sir.
process. So how it is entering into the dialyzer and how it is going back. Please draw this diagram. Nothing will happen. Try to draw whenever you are free. Take the screenshot now and keep it. I will check the classworks. Remember it. This is all about this chapter. Till here, anybody is having any doubt, please kindly ask me. If you have any doubt, I will explain. If not, we will go the revision. What is the things you have to revise? Mainly in the chapter, I will say. Everything, first thing itself, I am saying, you guys need to prepare all the things, whatever we have studied, whatever I have taught you in the chapter. But at least for some important things, I will say you, that important things you have to remember first. Do you understand, all of you?